It's important to go back and review your own analyses, whether you're wrong or right, so you can go back and figure out, okay, what did I get wrong and what did I get right? And the things you get right, you double confirm that for the future, and the things you got wrong, you build off that and you make a stronger analysis base. What we're going to do in this video is I want to show you that I was bearish on Solana before it was cool to be bearish. My levels were hit not only exactly on a level basis, but in the exact time frame that I suggested they were going to be hit. And I want to show that in the visuals I gave of why this all was going to happen, comparing it to other altcoins that already got bearish, the same thing happened exactly as I predicted, so that in the future, so this isn't just to say I told you so or anything like that. It's not why exactly as I predicted. That's not the point of this. I want to reinforce the analysis so the next time it happens, you appreciate it stronger, because it's so hard to get out of the thought process in a bull market that things are up forever. So I want you to latch on to this, my previous analyses. And then after I cover the previous analyses, I will let you know what I think is going to happen on Solana next. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Let's save some freaking crypto souls. And that might not happen until the next bull run, but appreciate the crap out of this. Watch this. Let's go. Here we go. So this is back from December 11th, and I will go ahead and let's play it. Put myself on the other side. So I'm personally over here this time. Watch.
Box, but I'm not convinced that Solana is going to stop in this pink box, and I want to show you why. So I have these origin lines set here, and they really, really work. So what I'm scared might happen from a visual standpoint, from a structural standpoint, is this. Do you see how all these origin lines, the bottom has kind of gotten things right? Like all these dips kind of go to the bottom. But recently, there have been a lot of major projects not only busting out of the bottom of the range, but just continuing to go sideways and down. Let me show you a few examples. All right, so this is Open Ocean, a project with a lot of backers, and it had a really good price movement. And not only did it go out of its last origin line and not go sideways, it went down after it broke out. Mover, a lot of steam behind Mover, had a lot of origin line set. It came to the bottom of it and just tanked below it, not even moving sideways. 𝘾𝐤𝐤𝐸, it's very established origin lines. These two projects were a little bit younger, so origin lines on young projects typically don't hold up. You have to redraw them or add to them. But 𝘾𝐤𝐸 has a lot more price action, and it has recently gone out of the bottom of its origin lines, kind of like Bitcoin did during the coronavirus. The only time Bitcoin's ever broken out of its origin lines was during coronavirus, and it's about ready to do it again, unfortunately, the very bottom one. So 𝘾𝐤𝐸 has done. It's in a fairly similar space as Solana, clearly layer 1 versus layer 2, but the point is projects are moving out and down from the bottom of their origin lines. So that's why it's important to draw this box with me on your chart. And now what I'm going to do, once price hits that pink box, I want to show you exactly what you need to look for so you and your bags can determine, shoot, is it going to bust down and through that pink box, or are we going to get a bounce? I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. Before we do,
all right, so in that video, I let you know that I already doubted it was going to hold that box. So let's zoom into it and see what happened. Remember, I was making that freaking video, you know, way back here, right? Somewhere over here, or maybe here. You know, well, it was still potentially poised to make all-time highs. And look what's happened. Look, it hit my box exactly where I drew it. And if you don't believe me that if you think that I'm being a cheat here and I moved my box, go back and zoom in on the video. I haven't touched this box. It is exactly the way I had it in that video. And hit the top corner of it, flew down, hit the bottom corner of it, and has come down even more. And a line that I've made for my online community, they want to know, hey, where should we, expect to bounce? I drew this box and it came and hit the top of it, right? And so the second 2 points I made in that video is, okay, so I made 3 points in that video. This box is going to be hit. I almost guarantee it, right? That was the first point. And I think it's going to move out of these origin lines. So see here, let me zoom out. So the first point was kind of dual. It's going to hit at least the bottom origin line, which is this box. And I think it's going to happen in this time frame, which it did. Hit the box, exactly. But I think it's going to move down and out of it, which it has. That was the first point. Hit the origin line, likely move down and out of it. The second point of that video, from whatever date that was, is if you get a bounce, here's how to tell if it'll sustain. And that was, it had a 100% hit rate. If the bounce, so I'm on the 8-hour chart specific, or you can use the 4-hour even too. But so here was the bounce right here. Okay, it went down. Let's actually do this. Let's do this. Get rid of Stokes. Make price a little bit bigger. And here's where it bounced, right? After the box, and here's the bounce. So here's the bounce. And the second point of the video was, if the 8-hour RSI can't get up to the green zone, the rally will fail, period. And hell, it didn't even get above this line. So whenever you saw the second lower high here, right here, you knew it's going to go down. That's the rule, and it's 100% hit rate in Solana. 100% friggin' hit rate, right? And if you're appreciating this stuff, and I got one more thing to say, specific of where I think this is going to go there afterward. But before I do, make sure you hit the damn like button. I know it sucks, especially if you're still holding on to this stuff, but at least you have somebody out here trying to help you out, right? I'm really trying to help out. So because I held on to crypto way longer than I should have in 2018, and I'm not saying I guide people to be perfect within crypto, but I guide people to not get totally get screwed. That's the whole point of it. And also, and it's definitely not financial advice. This is Pokemon cards only. But leave a random comment for me down below. It's going to help me continue making videos for you. And if you're new, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and hit specifically all alerts, because this is time-sensitive information. And if you want time-sensitive info, you got to hit that. We're in this together. Make sure you hit that bell, and let's dive back into it. Follow me on Twitter, 𝘾𝙤𝙣𝙣𝙗. I give frequent crypto and YouTube updates. Turn on your microphone and camera and ask me questions directly in live. Links to the Discord community within the description section of all my videos. If online communities are not your thing, but you want exclusive content way above and beyond what I offer on YouTube, click the join button below this video, and another video will pop up describing your options to you. All right, and I believe the third point within that video from I don't know, December 5th or whatever, was the reason, another reason why I was very, very strongly, I just knew that box was going to be hit. I guess, quote unquote, knew. I didn't know, but I knew it was very probable, way back here, was that they had two strikes of bearish divergence. Two strikes. So high on price, highest high on RSI, higher high on price, lower high. And at the time of the video, okay, so if I zoom into this, it not only made the strike, but it got below its EMA, which is this white line here, the EMA. So I knew it had begun, unless it maybe got a bounce there off this green line. And so I let people know, no, in order, now that the move has begun, it has to hit this white line minimum, which means it's going to hit that box. And then I said, once it hits this or gets close to it, what you look for if you get a bounce to see if that bounce will be sustained, which was the 8-hour thing, right? And so I gave all these reasons, and I even mixed it, I even gave other obvious clues of Kasama and Mover and Open Ocean moving out of these origin lines. I tried so many ways to warn folks that Solana is going to come, and it's not done. It's not even close to getting as low as it's going to go. It's not even close. So let's do a quick midterm analysis, and then I'll show you where I think it's headed throughout 2022. It's a lot lower. All right. It honestly looks like it could get a bounce here, but I won't guess exact areas of where it's going to bounce. Rather, I want to tell you the highest it will bounce with a very, very, very high likelihood. There's a 45-degree angle from that local high. That's it. Let me go to I kind of like the 8-hour chart on this. Solana's 8-hour chart's really nice. It's not going to get above that. I mean, very likely. It's very, very, very likely, no matter how big of a bounce on Bitcoin, which I guess that's not the true statement. If Bitcoin starts racing up, making all-time highs, it'll pass this. But within the reasonable parameters of Bitcoin, which I don't think Bitcoin will have a bounce over 45, 48. It could go up it could go a little higher. But even if it did and had a lower high Bitcoin, I don't think Solana will go over this. There's no more retail to push it up higher. There is not a retail wave coming. There is no alt season coming. It's not. It's so statistically unlikely to get above that. Even if we bounce here, it's extremely statistically unlikely. And that tool that you can use, hell, you can just use a line and just freaking draw a trend line. It's about the same thing. So zoom in, watch. Look, just roughly connect these highs. It's not going to go over that line. And if it does, it's just going to wick above and it's going to come straight back down, which is kind of why I like this projector tool. And sometimes it comes up shy, right? So you see this? It didn't hit that trend line. It came up way shy. But if you get a big bounce, it could lead into this, and that's as big as it's going to go. I mean, if things bounce now, I could see Solana back up at 150. It could meet this. It could meet this horizontal right here. It could easily do that. Very easily. That would be best guess. But honestly, I don't think that's a top 2 most probable. It might be the 3rd most probable. But that's as good as what I think it'll do in the short and medium term. Short term, if I had to make a specific guess, even though I don't like making super duper specific guess on altcoins, unless it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. I kind of like making specific guesses. I would say it meets a triangle like this and breaks down. That'd be my guess. Second most likely, it does something between this and then goes down. Third most likely, it comes all the way up to the projector and then goes down. Those are my top 3 most likely scenarios. And bear market stuff, okay, simple rule. Go to the wick high with the measuring tool. I know you can't see, so my cursor is over here, right? And you can't see it all the way on the side, but it's just the measure. It looks like a ruler, right? Or a meter stick or whatever, Europeans call it. It's like a meter stick. Something, in school you boys used to grab and hit people with, right? When the teacher wasn't looking. Meter stick or yardstick or whatever. Grab it, okay, on TradingView. Go to any altcoin. Watch. Go to the top, the very top, right? Now, drag it down. 95%. That's probably where it's going. Through 2022, it's probably going to hit $12. Now, so as I do that, I try to see where does 95, percent line up? Well, it kind of lines up with this area here. So what I did in that case was, okay, it lines up with this structure over here. So I will, because of that, I think, it might have a chance of bouncing where these are and not quite lose 95%. It's got a strong chance. So this is my guess for a bear market 2022, assuming Bitcoin doesn't bounce from here and start making all-time highs, even though I think it's remotely possible. But under that premise, this is where Solana's going. It's going to go between 12 to 21, or 12 to 22. That's simply the statistical likelihood as of now. Can that change throughout the months? Yeah. But I mean, even if February is a green month on Bitcoin and Solana starts coming up, these statistics don't change. It's still probably going to hit between 12 to $22. That is how low it's going. And it could be worse. It could be much worse. It could, and you know how much lower 99% is? Like Cardano lost 99% of its value, right? Throughout 2018 to 2020, it lost 99% of its freaking value, folks. Layer 1, the love child of freaking YouTube. Watch. 99%. Let's just do 99.77, just like Cardano. Cardano lost 98.77. Look how much lower 99 is than 95. Watch. It's a big difference. It's not 4% difference. Look. Remember that the bottom of this was 95, right? Watch. It can lose 95% of its value, the bottom line, and then lose 70% more, 72% more. That's 99. That's Cardano. That's 98.77. It could go down a lot more. Now, I personally don't think that will, because money was more dispersed this time and less focused on fewer coins, because there were just fewer projects in 2017. I really think the money disbursement will also make the drops a little bit less this time. I don't think most things will lose 98%. I think that the average will be 92 to 95, which is that box. It's 12 to 22 $2. But there is a chance that if this bear market lasts into 2023, it could hit down here, down to $3. I would give that as a third or fourth, maybe a what if type. The third or fourth most probable, maybe a what if. But I'm telling you, as of now, even if Solana goes up to $150 first, it is still statistically most likely that this box is going to be hit as hard as it is to believe. And you know that if you were watching my Solana video when I made that, the one I covered December 5th or whatever, you know it was hard to believe that was going to be, not only that pink box was going to be hit, but that price was going to move down and out of it, even though I justified why, even with visuals and everything, not just analysis, but just showing you other coins have done it. Like, I tried so hard, right? And I've been doing this for about 5 years, so it's easier for me to see because I've already had the moments of disbelief where things happened that I couldn't believe it. And now that it's happened so much, now I'm the person trying to show you, this is probably what's going to happen, even though it's hard to believe. And I tried to, right? So, if you thought the pink box and moving down below the pink box, right? So look at the chart. If you thought this was unlikely to happen, which you probably did, let alone moving down and out of the pink box was unlikely to happen. And okay, if you're one of those people, Don't be a person who also thinks that this is unlikely to happen. Don't be that person. Don't like double down on your doubt after you saw my first analysis come true. Don't do that. I really don't want you to be that type of person. But it's fine to, not believe the pink box, not believe this was going to happen. Now that you see it's true, just realize it's at least from a statistical, like a mathematical. It doesn't have to happen. Okay, that's the point. It doesn't have to. But why? Wrong. Dirt. Why would you bet against something that's probable to happen? Don't bet against probabilities. Come on, please. If you're interested in buying back Solana, not financial advice, we're talking about the Pokemon cards, just wait for it to be under 30 bucks. Okay, especially if you're not trading it. If you just want to, like, from an investor standpoint, from Pokemon cards, you're looking for Pokemon cards on Amazon and eBay, right? No, I mean, we're not talking about real crypto, right? We're talking about Pokemon cards. Just wait for it to be under 30 bucks. And if it doesn't get there, just, come on my channel and give me shit or whatever, but just try to wait for 30 bucks. As hard as it might, or under 30 bucks, as hard as that might be, just try to do it. Just try to do it, and then we'll follow up on it later, and we'll see how it works. Okay? All right. You just got Timified. Check out that video from my last Solana video that I covered here. If you want to see the whole thing, click this box here. And if you want to learn how to set up a chart like mine, so you know a little bit more about crypto, know what you're doing, this 28-minute video could save your life. Best 28-minute video you've ever watched in crypto. If you're new, hit the circle. If you're new to my channel, you just got Timified Worldwide. Peace.